Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I feel like I look like a distinguished English woman. Like, I'm very much giving off like clean girl, like I don't know. Anyways. So the point of this video, I'm doing a story time today. So last year I had roommates, right? And I already told y'all why I moved out, the whole roommate situation. If you haven't watched that, go watch it. But there were some things that happened that I did not mention in that video. I mean, there were a lot of things that happened, but yeah, there was like a big thing, an orgy. Yeah, that's right, I said it. Yeah, it was very crazy. I have never I don't know. Okay, anyway, so how it happened is I had two roommates, right? And keep in mind that this apartment is under my name only. And I had two roommates. So basically they were like subleasing from me, basically. And so the two roommates that I had, one of them, she got pregnant. And she had told us at first, like, oh, I'm not going to move out. You know, I'm going to stay here or whatever. But then she decided to move out. And then she ghosted us. And so my other roommate, it was just me and her. And she was like, oh, like my best friend, she actually just moved back to San Antonio and she needs a place to live. Like, can she just be our third roommate, you know? Like, we're looking for one. And I was like, yeah, you know, whatever. And I didn't really like think about it. Honestly, she kind of ambushed me in the shower, and then afterwards I was like kind of thinking, and I was just like, fuck, like, you know, maybe I should have like thought this through, because I'm a very like detail oriented person, and I like to plan things through, and like, you know, really like, you know. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't have said yes like so quickly, whatever. I started overthinking, and then I was just like, whatever, like I'm not gonna go back on it, like I'm not gonna say no, so yeah, whatever. Well, this girl, and like she already had her stuff there because she had just moved back and she didn't have a place, so her stuff was already in our garage, first of all, without even asking me. And my roommate had told me, she didn't even tell me until like she asked if she could be the third roommate. She was like, oh yeah, her stuff's already in the garage. She said that she could have, like, she asked if she could leave it there for 2 days, but I told her yes, but it's been 2 weeks or whatever. But like, you know, now if she moves in, then like it's right here or whatever. And I was just like, okay, you know. And so anyways, so this girl moves in basically immediately, but since our third roommate ghosted us, we hadn't been in contact with her. We still had her stuff there at the house, so you know, we hadn't cleaned out her room or anything like that, whatever. And so this girl was like sleeping in my roommate's room or on the couch, right? The first night, guys, I'm not even fucking playing with you when I say the first night that she was there, she brought men. The first night, like, bro, you haven't even moved in like officially, and you're already bringing men. She brought men that she was gonna fuck.
This girl hasn't even officially moved into our apartment yet, and last night she brought someone well, they brought 3 people, but Bam told me she brought one because she was gonna fuck him. Then she went to sleep in Bam's room, and the guy was like left on the couch, like, yeah. Then one of the other guys she brought, he fingered her right in front of me, right in front of everyone, actually. Then this morning when I woke up, a different guy, so that's already 2 different guys, right? And then this morning a different guy was here, and they were fucking and couldn't even make breakfast because it was so fucking loud and weird. Then now she's fucking again in the living room, and I can't even go to the gym. I'm ready for the gym, but I can't go because they'd be fucking in the living room.
I was just like this big old mess, right? She brought like a whole party of men. Then after that, like the next day, she brought more men. Like, I swear to God, in like, I don't know how long it was, but like every single day that she was there, a new man was over. And there was like days where like she was literally fucking and I could hear it all the way in my bedroom, which was across the house. Literally. And it was like a townhouse. Like it wasn't like a little apartment like I have right now. Like it was literally like a townhouse. And I could hear it all the way across in my room with the door closed and everything. And I could hear it. And her door was closed, like she was in my roommate's room. And my roommate didn't even know she was fucking in there too. So it was really like disrespectful to both of us. Then this was like the like 4th, 5th day she was there. I don't know. But the 4th, 5th day she was there, my roommate and her decided to have an orgy, right? Well, okay, it didn't start out like that. I think it started out like my roommate invited a guy to hang out with or whatever. And then she was like, oh, can I invite this guy too? And then she was like, yeah. And so then they invited like, you know, these guys or whatever. And then I don't know how it happened, but either way, like it became an orgy. And they never like discussed this with me. And this was like in the living room. In the living room. Yeah. And this was like a 2-day fucking circus. Like, I'm not even fucking kidding you. Like, I would have to go and see them just because I would either go to the gym or go to work or get fucking food or get water, you know what I mean? Like, or come back from work, come back from the gym, whatever, you know, like, I would have to see them so many times just on the fucking couch, like, in the throes, you know? And then they were so fucking loud, too. Like, they did not know how to shut up. And then this girl, not my roommate, the other girl that was about to be my roommate, or, like, that we decided could be our roommate, right? That girl. We're gonna name her Jane. So Jane was so fucking loud and it was honestly annoying. Like she did not know like manners, you know, like she did not know that other people lived there. Like she really like she felt like she owned the house even though she's not even on the lease. Like I don't know, but she had no fucking manners. She was so fucking loud. I could not fucking sleep and I was working, you know. Unlike them two, they weren't working, but I was working. And so I needed to go to sleep. I needed, like, you know, quiet. You know, like, maybe not quiet, but, like, bro, like, this bitch yells. And then they're both up at, like, 7 a.m., which, like, I'm fine with my roommate being up at 7 a.m. because she's, like, she's mindful that somebody lives with her, you know? And so it's fine, but both of them up at 7 a.m., like, that bitch just fucking yells all the time. And it's 7 a.m., girl. Like, you don't need to be yelling right now. You don't, like, go to sleep. Or, like, it's quiet time. It's fucking 7 a.m. You know, people are still sleeping. I'm sure the whole entire apartment complex can hear you, you know? I'm surprised we didn't get noise complaints. I'm really surprised. But we didn't. But, yeah, so after this was all done, like the whole orgy and stuff happened, whatever, which was crazy, right? Like literally blows my mind. Then, you know, my roommate came to me and she was like, hey, like I think we need to set some rules for Jane, you know, because, like, you know, she doesn't really know how to have roommates and, like, blah, blah, whatever. My roommate came and told me that. And I was thinking the same damn thing. I was like, yes, girl, you know. So I was not opposed to this. But she came to me and told me this. I didn't go to her and tell her this, right? And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, thank you so much, right? And then she was like, yeah, and also, like, I think, like, because we were going to have her pay, like, the first, right? On the first, she was going to pay rent. But then she had been living there for 2 weeks. She moved in on the 15th of November instead of the 1st of December. And so my roommate told me, she was like, should we tell her to pay for the days that she's been here, because she's been here like for 2 weeks, you know, and that's half a month, and she could pay like a prorated rent. And I was like, yeah, like honestly, she's literally been living here. And she was like, yeah, she's been using all my shampoo stuff, she's been taking shits in my restroom, she's been using my bed for sex, and like having guys over all the time. And I was like, no, literally, like literally, yes, like this bitch has been living here. It doesn't matter if she has her own room or not, like she's been living here. So yes, like we should charge her, right? And so then so like we came to an agreement. So she's like, okay, like if she tries to argue with you about anything, like I'll like stand up to her, because like that's my best friend, whatever, right? And so I was like, okay. So she really had my back, and that was really good. Like I was really like happy about that, because I was scared that it was gonna be like 2 against 1 on me, you know. But my roommate said like she had my back, whatever, right? So we went to go talk to her, right? And when we were telling her all the rules, like she wasn't like sitting down and like talking, because like she was getting ready for work. And when we were telling her all the rules, she was like, okay, whatever, right? And then once we brought up the prorated rent, that's when you just immediately see her shut off, right? And she's just like, okay. And like she looks like something's wrong, right? So I told her like, hey Jane, like if you have anything to say, like you could say it to us, you know, like this is not like a dictatorship, like this is a democracy, you know. If you don't feel like these are fair, like you know, just let us know. And then she was like, no, it's fair, like everything's good, like yeah. And I was like, okay, like, you know, do you have anything for us, you know, because like I know we're saying a lot of rules for you, but like do you have any rules for us? And then she was like, no, I think like just like cleaning out the fridge and like stuff like that, whatever, right? And so I was like, okay, like yeah, whatever, you know, or like cleaning your dishes, something like that, right? And she was like, I was like, okay, yeah, okay. And then we were like, okay, well that was easy. Then, you know, she went to work, whatever. Then when she was at work, I went to sleep, because I was like, finally some peace and quiet. I go to sleep. So I went to sleep. When I woke up, I had all these messages, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? And then I saw one from my roommate, like where she was like, I don't think it's gonna work out with her, like she's already being shady. And I was just like, what? Like what's happening? Like I literally, like it was fine, you know, like we had that conversation and everything was fine. And then I see like we had a group text, right, with my roommate and Jane. And my roommate, or Jane, told us like, oh, that she's not gonna live with us anymore. She decided to just get her own place, and like right now she's just gonna stay with our other friend. And our other friend texted us, and she was like, hey, what's happening with Jane? Because like now she's saying she's gonna go over to my house, and she didn't even ask me. And like I don't want her at my house, because she was at that girl's house before she came to our house, like before our roommate ghosted us and like told us she was moving out, whatever, right? So she was there first, and that girl like didn't want her there, you know. So she was like, what's happening with Jane? Like she told me she's coming to my house, and she didn't even ask me, and I don't want her here, like, you know, whatever. And that girl even told me, like when she found out she was gonna be our roommate, she was like, girl, like you need to be careful, because like I wouldn't have her as my roommate. And like, and then that's when I started overthinking stuff, because I was like, fuck, like this girl did like live with her for like a week, you know, like maybe I shouldn't, you know, like maybe I should have thought this through. And then whatever, you know, this whole thing happened, right? So then then yeah, and she was like, yeah, whatever. And so basically she said like she wasn't gonna be our roommate, she wasn't gonna pay us, blah blah blah. So we're like, okay, whatever, fuck it, right? But now we had to come up with $1,000, because our roommate ghosted us, and this new roommate isn't gonna pay us the rent. So like we had to come up with this money. Then, oh my gosh, then the worst part, like not even the worst part, like the worst part really is the orgy, like that part, and the part that she didn't pay. Those two are the worst part. But then to like, you know, put salt on the wound is the girl that she was staying with, the friend, she didn't want her there anymore. Like, she stayed one night at that bitch's house, and then she came back to our house. And I'm not a confrontational person, and I hate that I didn't do this, but like, why did we let her stay there? Like, she was watching us struggle, trying to figure out how we're gonna get this rent, and she was just sleeping on our fucking couch, eating our fucking food, taking a shower in our fucking shower, using our fucking toilet, like, you know, inviting men over again. Like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, what is wrong with you that you have no basic human decency? Like, you cannot fucking, like, I don't know. I don't know what is like going through her head. I really don't understand it. I like, girl, I don't fucking know. I really like could not even tell you. But yeah, in the end we ended up getting like $400 from her, which I don't think is enough because our rent was literally $3,000, and she was there for basically a month. So $400 is not enough, but like, okay, like at least we got something. And yeah, and but that's the story of the time this bitch had an orgy at my house and didn't pay me rent. And I'm still salty about it today. I am still salty about it today. This is like why I don't fucking have roommates anymore, because of this. Like, just saying that out loud, like, my roommates had an orgy without asking me is insane. Like, I can't even wrap my head around that. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Love you. Bye.